What up, my dudes? It is October, and I am so stoked because there is only like, I don't even want to talk about it, like 16 days left, I want to say, until my show in Niagara Falls. Guys, if you're feeling crazy, you guys should shoot down. It's like honestly a wicked show. Frightmare in the Falls. They have so many wicked guests this year. Anyways, I'm so stoked to meet you guys if you're coming. Anyways, I got to stop. Today we are talking about a list. And what list is it today? Because it is Halloween season. I want to share with you guys my top 10 scariest movies. Yeah, legit. So you ready for this? I don't know if you're ready because there's some spooky ones on here. So I just find scary is so subjective, right? And I think it's so funny. You go on Google and you type in like top 10 scariest movies and it's always the same stuff. And it's always, even on like the forums on Reddit, etc. So what I wanted to do was to share with you guys my personal favorite scariest movies. When I say scary, these are not movies that you're going to want to sit with somebody and like feel great after. I mean, maybe one of them. But like we're talking like dark movies that like are disturbing. So let's just jump to it because who doesn't like to be scared during October, right? All right. Number 10. The Devil's Backbone. So this is a Spanish horror film directed actually by Guillermo del Toro. Like this was done years ago. I watched this back in high school, I think. Anyways, it's a classic little ghost story type film, but it is done so well. There are some like funky CGI effects in it, but like honestly, the story is super well done and everything in and of itself in the film. We're talking the ambiance. I mean, it's him, right? Like he knows what he's doing when it comes to film. And like the sound design, again, the premise, it's like all about like this orphan boy who basically gets taken into this orphanage, and obviously like there's one dude who's treating them all like shit, and like there's obviously a ghost in there. Yeah, so I don't want to spoil anything, but The Devil's Backbone, great film. I highly suggest you watch it. I would love to know if you guys have ever seen this movie before. It's funny that I never did a movie Monday on it either, because it is one that like I grew up loving. I always like got chills from this one. But at the end of the day, I put this one as number 10 because again, wicked movie. It's a really good film, but it does have like this kind of like to it, Yeah. Anyways, Devil's Backbone. Number 9, Jacob's Ladder. Guys, I have to say it. I know I've done a movie Monday on this. Jacob's Ladder, go ahead, be alone at home, try putting that movie on and like feel amazing. It's terrifying, okay? To this day, Jacob's Ladder will always get under my skin. There's something about the music, about the imagery. Like, I'm sitting here right now, like, I never want to be stuck in purgatory. I hope somebody beats my head in with, like, a shovel, like, really hard, so, like, I never have to deal with, like, that, like, in-between life and death kind of, I don't know if it's real, obviously not, it's cinema, but, like, man, when you see this movie, you're just like, that is a trip, And I love it. I love psychological horror. Also, it does have that background with war and all that stuff, so I just think it's a really scary film, and it totally deserves all the credit. Yeah. Number 8, I'm going to say the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. This movie, you pop that in, and guys, the sound, the premise, that dinner party scene always just warms my heart. Everyone's screaming. She's sitting there, like, terrified. It's just that perfect backwoods movie of like, yeah, well, you wish you didn't stop. You wish you didn't stop into this house, I don't know. I've always thought this was like a masterpiece, honestly. And it's terrifying. Still to this day, you can put in that movie, turn it, like, I don't know about you guys, I got a solid sound system when it comes to my TV, and it's like, whew, I turn that stuff loud, and this movie still irks me. I don't know. The sound design was just so damn good. So, yeah, the classic frickin' Texas Chainsaw Massacre. At number 7, I've done a movie Monday on this one. I have to say Incident in a Ghostland. Try watching that movie and feeling okay after. Right? It's insane. You pop on this movie and it's literally like these two girls that are, I don't want to talk about it. It's crazy. So much blood. Also, like, the killers are wacky. Like, you just have, like, these strange people that, like, barge into their house, and it's just chaos. I think I love that in film. You know what I mean? Like you go into it and you're just like, what is even happening? And there was that cerebral part to it. So I found that movie actually like really scary. I've rewatched it too. And I've been like, this holds up. So fantastic film. Yeah. Number 6, Wreck. Okay. The original REC Wreck movie. Okay. That movie still to this day, if you watch that, you turn off your lights, you freaking get into it. It is whack. It is so whack. And like from beginning to end, it's like a handheld footage film if you guys haven't seen it. But they tie you in. They really do. And it basically starts off, it's like, oh, there's some fire we have to go to and check out what's going on. And then all of a sudden ends up getting under quarantine. And like there's basically people running around that are like zombies messing up shit. Anyways, it is such a great film. You know what? I've never seen Quarantine. If anybody's seen Quarantine, aka the Americanized version, let me know. I'd love to know if it was any good. But yeah, that movie to me holds up like big time. Next one. Number 5, Aterrados. Oh my God. Okay. In English, Terrified. Again, another amazing Spanish horror flick. This movie I only saw recently. It was a recommendation. And honestly, blew my mind. I think it was Mario Coco from Facebook, my dude. Thank you. Because this movie, like, so scary. Basically, I want to say it's like the house that's messed up. Anyways, paranormal investigators get involved, police get involved, and like there's just some messed up shit that goes on, and like you see everything. There's this wild scene of like the mom just getting like thrown around a bathroom, and like we're talking like possession / like next level. Not just like ghosts like knocking over cups, man. We're like whipping bodies everywhere, and the effects were fantastic. So I highly like Aterrados. Try watching that alone, or like call up like your new Tinder date and get them to watch that with you. Yeah, we'll see. If they last, keep them. Okay, number 4. Okay, this was also a recommendation that literally chilled my spine. Be My Cat, a film for Anne. Oh my God. Okay, this was like one of the best found footage films I've seen in a while. And I had to put this on this list because I literally finished watching this and I like needed to take a walk. I was alone, I remember. And it was just one of these moments where I was like, that was just so well done, well thought, and messed up. Okay? So if you're looking for one of these kind of handheld, not fan foot, I wouldn't call it fan footage, but like handheld and like messed up. That's all I can say. Be My Cat, a film for Ed. I ain't gonna spoil anything about it. Okay, maybe a bit, because if you haven't watched my Movie Monday on it, or like my little just blurb, because it was somebody who recommended it to me, I think. Anyways, it wasn't me. I didn't find this movie. Somebody made me watch this, and I was like, thank you. Anyways, Be My Cat, a film for Anne. The director is basically going around trying to cast people that look like Anne Hathaway in his film, and basically keeps finding like these lookalikes, and he's like filming as he goes, like, well, this is what I want Anne to see. This is the horror movie we're making with her, and I want her to star in it. And he starts doing all like the real shit to these people, and like we're talking putting chloroform over like a girl's face, like literally her waking up and she's like knocked out, and like him still like anyways, crazy stuff. Yeah, it's fantastic. You know what? I think it's still on Tubi right now. Okay, enough talk about that one. Number 3. You ready for this one? Can you guess? Didn't think so. Juan To. Okay. We all know The Grudge. That's like the Americanized, I guess, the American name. Juan To. Okay? That came into my little spooky heart, again, back in high school. I remember watching this, and it scared the shit out of me. Lo and behold, the other night, popped it on. Still freaking terrifying. Guys, there are scenes in this movie where it's just so well done. We're talking very minimal sound, so it's not like one of these movies where it's just like, duh, and you're like, ah. No, it's very quiet. It really pulls you in, it drags you in, and the imagery is all there, right? A bit like Devil's Backbone, where like you get to see, like you see the ghosts. And this one, it's very much like you see the ghosts, and they also really pull you into the vibe. There's so many scenes in this movie that creep me out. And I think why I love this movie so much, again, it's so scary, but I love it because it also has this crazy Japanese kind of like fantastical vibe to it. Is that even a word? Now it is. But yeah, so like, you know, the character at one point, it's like you just see her hair come down from the ceiling and start choking and hanging someone. You're like, and like the effects, I mean, it was a while back that this was filmed, right? But like really good. Okay. I don't know. I think it's a fantastic film from start to finish, hands down, and like terrifying. It's the, you know, the contortions. Even there's this feel of stop motion in it. And who doesn't think stop motion is freaking terrifying sometimes, right? So if you guys haven't seen Juan To yet, yo, go check it out. It's on Tubi right now, streaming for free. Number 2, I'm going to say Eraserhead. Okay? It's one of my favorite all-time David Lynch films. It is also freaking terrifying. Tell me that you're going to go put on Eraserhead and, like, have a grand old day. Yeah. So Eraserhead is just this whack, black and white, very ambience style movie by David Lynch, the king himself. But it's just so strange. And it's just this dude and his lady, and like his lady has this creepy baby, and the creepy baby's like this dinosaur thing. And it's just like all these like, just so many feelings. It's just so much feelings. And I love this film because it makes me so uncomfortable and it's terrifying. I don't know. Just that whole end with her big cheeks. In heaven, everything is fine. And they're in this like whack place with like black and white checkered floors. Anyways, fantastic movie. And if you're ready to get like uncomfortable, yo, watch it. Expand that mind. Okay. Last one. And I highly suggest you probably don't watch this film unless you're like ready for it because it's rough. It's really rough. So, Philosophy of a Knife. Guys, if you can find this movie, it's really rare. I had this on DVD and I lent it out. Dude, if you're watching this, like DM me, please. Because this movie was a trip and a half. Basically, it's a Russian film. And it focuses on some part of the war. I'm so bad. You know what? Let me just pull it up so I can actually educate us together about it. Terrifying, though. We're talking torture. We're talking, like, all kinds of things. And it just all feels so real. There's so much raw footage of, like, war times / like, these bunkers. And it's all about this one unit that was apparently testing these, like, war prisoners. And, like, I'm telling you, I don't get squeamish. In this movie, I was like, like, it messed up. And I think, again, when we're talking about what our fears are, I think war is so scary, guys. I think it's so real, right? Like, I can watch all the torture, all the other freaking Last House on the Left, I Spit on Your Grave. I love that shit. To me, that's like, cozy feels. But, like, I watch something like this, and I'm like, that may have happened, like, very well so. And, like, that's crazy. That's human. Like, there's something about, like, just stuff that's a bit more reality in that sense, I guess. Anyways, guys, Philosophy of a Knife. In World War II, Japan, a covert division known as Unit 731 conducts gruesome experiments on humans in its research for biological and chemical warfare. There you go. Literally, guys, like, I swear to God, this movie is, like, rough. And, again, I think it's the scariest movie I've seen of all time. Literally. For me to, like, yeah. You know, and, like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, it's one of these things, like, I kind of love owning things that terrify me. I think it's a thing that we all kind of go back to. It's like, woo! It feels great. It's a thrill. That's why we're into spooky stuff. Anyways, let me know if you guys have seen it. It is a trip. And let me know if you've seen any of the other ones. And I would love to know your top 10 scariest freaking movies. Because it's always so fun to see inside your minds and see what spooks you guys. So, all I want to say is thank you guys so much for this week. You have a wicked freaking rest of your week. And we will see you soon. If you're subscribed, thank you. And if you're not, yo, get on that. Be a part of the party. And let me know what, like, freaking movies you find spooky. Okay, bye.